Hi everybody, thank you for joining us again. My name is Rhonda Van Winkle and this is the 2018 CASA Telethon. I am joined right now by Janet Arrett, who is on the board of directors of CASA along with myself. And also we have a special guest today and we are very happy to have him here. This is William Ehart. Thank you very much for coming up today. So William, can you just tell us where you're from?
I'm originally from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, and that's pretty far away, the whole other side of our United States. All right. So do you happen to have any siblings?
I have three.
3 siblings. Very good.
Now, I understand you were in the foster care system, William,
Yes.
when you were younger.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So when was that?
That was 2015.
2015. So how old were you then?
I was 16 years old.
16 years old. So when you were placed into the foster system, that couldn't have been easy. Were you there in the same home with your siblings? Or were you
No.
by yourself? So you guys were separated. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
They separated us because of my age. There was only one house for males of 16 and older. And my little sister, who was there with me, got sent to a house for only females, so we couldn't be together.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So how did you feel at that time?
I was quite sad.
Yeah, that must have been really something hard to deal with. I can't imagine. I just really want to thank you for being here because I think for our audience, to help them understand maybe what somebody like you has gone through, and maybe somebody who has been appointed a CASA and how that helps. It's beneficial to them. So I really do want to thank you for being here and sharing some of your story with us. I know it's personal to you and it's not something that's necessarily fun to talk about. But at that time when you were placed into foster care, were you given a CASA?
Yes.
Okay. So what was your experience? What was it like? What did they do for you?
I liked having the CASA because in the courts, being a kid, they don't look at you like normal, and the CASA was more of an adult, but you could tell them what you needed to say. I guess they'd word it for the way the court would understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of helped a lot there.
That you could actually have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
How often did you get to meet up with your CASA?
I think once or twice a month.
Yeah. So did you kind of look forward to that time to
Yeah.
kind of get out, make sure you talk about this or that or whatever's going on with that kind of information? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have a CASA and there's a court date, are you in there with the CASA? Are you outside? How does that work?
Well, sometimes it depends because you have the right to go to the court. So you can go and the CASA's there as well. The courts will ask you how you're doing, then they'll ask the CASA what they've seen. Or you can choose to stay home and then the CASA just represents you and so on.
Right, okay. Because is it kind of intimidating? It's like you don't want to really say certain things in front of maybe your natural parents or foster parents or whatever, whoever it is? Or what's the situation there, do you think?
like when you have the CASA speak for you.
Yeah.
It was never really intimidating because they're most likely just going to say the same thing you did. So it's still you saying it, it's just someone saying it for you, so it sounds more adult-like.
Okay. So for you, they were able to articulate it the way, better for you.
Yeah.
To help people understand what you want to get across. That's good to know. So when you were in the system, how old were you when you came out of
I
the
was
system?
18 years old.
Okay, so you stayed in the system for the full time then.
Yes.
Oh, they're giving Janet a new mic. Did you graduate high school?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you when you graduated high school?
Pahrump Valley.
Oh, okay. So now we started in Florida and we got to Pahrump. So how did that happen?
My family moved around quite a lot growing up.
Okay.
So we ended up here, there, and then finally we ended up in Pahrump, just randomly.
Okay. So did you go into the foster system while you were here? Mm-mm. No. Okay.
Originally, we had moved up to Tonopah, and it happened up there.
Okay.
They got in trouble, so we were taken down here.
Gotcha. All right. So let's see here. I don't want to miss any of our questions that we have here because I know that we gave you a whole list that we were going to talk to you about. So tell us now, how you're doing. If you can give us an idea of how are things now since you've come out of that situation.
It's more simple, but I got my full-time job. I'm hoping to start going to school in January, so.
That's awesome. How
Yay.
exciting. Oh, that's awesome.
So are you still in contact with your CASA?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. So you're actually friends now.
yeah.
Okay,
Aw,
so
I like
that's
that.
kind of like a mentor for you to continue on with your life, and that's
Yeah.
so awesome.
So I know I was going to ask you about, it's funny because you said that and I actually lost my thought because I'm just so intrigued with your story and the fact that you're here that my mind's kind of all over the place with questions to ask you because I just want to know more. But okay, so you're going to be going to school. Tell us about that. And I wanted to know, I know what I wanted to ask you. Were you ever a part of the Nevada Outreach Program? Like, did they also work with you in conjunction with, CASA and everything? Did they help you with any mentoring and, adult schools and things like that?
The IL program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
do some work with you?
yes.
Yeah, I was just curious because she was here today, their director, and she was telling us about some of the skills that they try to help people in your age group learn to kind of get out there on their own. So are you on your own now? Are you living with the family or what is your situation?
I live on my own now.
So you're all on your own, getting by on your own. That's great.
I moved out 6 months before I turned 19, so I could start.
Right. So what are your long-term goals? I know you said you're going to be going to school. What will you be studying?
I'm hoping to study medicine so I can become a cardiologist.
Oh, my goodness.
I love that.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. Well, it's perfect for you because, the UNLV School of Medicine is now in Las Vegas, nice and close by, which is quite helpful.
Yes.
And what else is quite helpful is that they have scholarships that they are continuing to renew every year and give away. I know because my son, who is from Pahrump, happens to be in medical school there. So you can do it, and I'm very happy that you have such wonderful goals. And look, I can just see the excitement in your eyes. You're so sweet. I could tell you're a little bit shy, but I think that would be just wonderful for you. And it's also to your advantage that you're in a nice rural community here. So study hard. I think you can make it happen. Is there anything that you want to say to some of the kids out there who might be watching today, who might be struggling with some of the things that you've already gone through?
Don't give up. That's about the best I can say. Because if you just keep trying, eventually it's going to become easier.
And how about any adults that might want to volunteer?
You should come volunteer. It's good help. It helps out a lot of the kids. Most of the time they'll probably end up looking up to you, seeing you as a role model.
So do you think that your goal would be med school if you had never had a CASA to represent you in the system?
No, I probably would have just been like, I'll go with a trade and no school.
Okay, so awesome.
Very good information. How long do we have, guys? We got 5 minutes? All right. Well, let's talk about it then. You're going to have to open up. Let's pull it out. So tell me then, I'm going to go back. Is it okay if I dig a little deeper?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too personal. You just tell me if I'm going too far, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to go back then to the day you were put into foster care. So are you able to tell me what happened, or would you rather not do that?
It doesn't bother me.
All right. If you don't mind telling your story, we would love to hear it.
Well, my mother and her boyfriend did something they shouldn't have, messed up, so, and I guess they tried to run from it. They were trying to run to Montana. Well, somehow the cops caught wind, and as everyone knows, you try to run from the law, you get in serious trouble for it. They were both arrested, put in a jail. We were taken to sit inside the jail to wait for one of the DCFS workers to come pick us up.
Was that your first time that's ever happened at that age? Is this the first time you were ever put into that situation?
Into foster care? Mm-hmm. No.
Okay, when was the first
that
time?
would be the fourth.
The fourth time.
The first time would have to be literally seconds after my birth.
Okay, so that you don't remember.
No. And it happened periodically throughout my life in the
Okay.
foster care. Sometimes for a year, sometimes for a few weeks.
When was the first time you remember it happening?
I was 4 years old.
And you do remember that. Pretty traumatic then.
Yeah.
So what do you remember about it, being 4 years old?
They just taken me from my mom, and I'm
Like, what
I'm
happened?
a little one. I don't even know what's going on. I just know these weird people are coming.
And you were scared?
Yeah.
You were scared. And the next time?
I was in I think I was in the 6th grade.
Okay.
Again, she got into some trouble. This was up in Washington. They came and picked us up. I'm just like, eh.
So by that time, you're like, whatever?
I already knew who they were this time.
Yeah. And so,
Let's go.
were you fortunate enough to get good foster families?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I am happy about that. So this last time, how did you feel?
I honestly, over time, I became less sympathetic about because she just kept getting in trouble. There's no point in that anymore.
Gotcha.
No, you can't be sympathetic forever.
Yeah.
Yes, my mother, I love her, but
Sure.
at
You'll
one
always
point
love
you've
your
got to
mom.
understand.
Yeah.
So I literally looked at him just like,
What flavor
oh,
did you end up with?
I don't think you're getting out of this one.
Yeah. You're like, this is a choice, Mom. You made your choice.
Yeah.
I love you, but
I can't help you
there are
anymore.
circumstances. There are consequences.
So when was the
Absolutely.
first time that you got a CASA?
I think it was 3 months after I went into foster care.
And when you were 15? Or was it
16. I was 16, turning 17.
So
I
that's
think
the
I was
first time you
7.
were appointed a CASA?
Yeah, I think I was 17 afterwards because I had just started the new school year, so I was about to turn 17 and move on.
So how
Okay.
were your grades at that time?
B's, D, more like B's and D's, no A's.
Okay, so what happened after the CASA got involved? Did anything help?
Things became a little more simpler.
How about your grades?
They got much better.
Much
Really?
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, I was honestly, in high school, I was actually behind
Oh, it was already.
quite a lot just going into the 11th grade, so
Gotcha.
everyone looked at me like, he's not going to graduate. My CASA, my...
And you did graduate, didn't you?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Everyone, I had
Everyone
my CASA.
advocated for you.
Yeah, they're like, they even encouraged me like, no, he can do it. He's really smart. Me, I'm about point ready to give up. 'cause
And you
I'm-
didn't even realize how intelligent you were, right?
Yeah, I just looked at it. I'm just like, this is just too much. I'm just a kid. This is beyond me. So, but apparently they saw what I couldn't.
Okay.
So they just kept pushing me, and then came 2017, time for me to graduate. I get to walk across with everyone else.
Well, I want to let you know we have 4 seconds, so thank you so much for sharing your story. We really love you. Thank you so much.
Okay.